Hello friends, this is Adam with Movie Guy 365, and today I'm going to review Ari Asters' follow-up to Hereditary, Midsommar. If you're new to the channel, please hit the like button, subscribe, hit that bell notification. I'll put out videos every single day. You can also find me over Twitter and Instagram at Movie Guy 365. Okay, Midsommar, directed by Ari Aster. Hot off the heels of his surprise hit of one of the best horror films of the year, Hereditary. So how does, I don't know, how do you go in from the success of that movie into your next movie? You know, kind of he was getting compared a little bit to early M. Night Shyamalan, which was a fair comparison, but I feel as far as directing styles go, they have their differences. But I was very anxious to hear that he was going to be directing this film, which is completely different from what we got in Hereditary. So, how does his newest effort shape up? Now, this one, of course, I will not be doing spoilers. So, I'm going to have to be a little vague and kind of dance around a few things. But at the same time, I think overall, despite, those warnings, I think you should definitely go see it. I wouldn't say it is a heavy, spoiler-filled movie. I feel like Hereditary definitely had that kind of vibe to it. It was if you got spoiled about the aspect of the film, this one, it would ruin it for you. I don't quite feel the same way for this one. I pretty much guessed more or less what the end result was going to be, maybe about 15-20 minutes into the film. But this is a movie about journeys and not so much about the destination. Even though destination is important, and I'll touch on that in a little bit, I do feel the journey is worth talking about, and it overall is a more, fulfilling experience. I did enjoy the film quite a bit, in fact, but it's going to definitely be one of those I will have to see more than once. Not so much that I missed a lot of things, but I have to be sure of how I'm feeling about the film. And I'm going to do something kind of unique in this one, is I'm not going to give it a numerical rating, because I feel that this one might change based off a second or third viewing. So, when it comes rolling down to Blu-ray and 4K, I'll probably be able to give it a proper numerical value at that point. But I do think you should see it. So basically, the plot of the film is going in 2 minutes into the slight rambling. That a group of friends that attend the university together. And one of them's girlfriend, played by Florence Pugh, who, by the way, I think is talented. Based off, when I see her in Fighting with My Family, I thought she was excellent. And I swear, I didn't even remember that it was her until about a third of the way into the film. It's just so that these friends have been invited by one of their friends to a festival in Sweden, being held apparently, for 9 days, in this, kind of just a big party. It's party. And of course, you get from the offset that things aren't quite right, but it doesn't quite enter that sinister overtones. Even they don't really give anything like that away. There are a couple hints here and there that there are some issues going on there, and as the story unfolds at a near almost 2.5 hours, those eventually come to light. Now, I mentioned that it's all about kind of the journey in this. And I feel the journey overall was good, but there's definitely, you could tell there was some editing done. And there's several scenes in the film that I feel could have warranted a better explanation. And then I did find out that apparently Ari Aster has a longer cut that, he actually prefers to what we got here in the theatrical. That would be interesting to see. And that might actually be a determining factor if that ever gets released on what I would give a final score to this. Because you definitely see some stuff. It's a very coherent movie, don't get me wrong. But there are some things that, especially happening on the back half of the film, that could have used maybe a little more explanation. Not unlike when we got Jordan Peele's Us, where I felt that definitely was a crucial thing missing from the third act. This is not a crucial, but it could have been a more helpful guide to us, the viewer. But like I said, now as far as the destination goes, did it live up to what I thought? I kind of guessed it, more or less, and I wasn't shocked or disappointed with what I saw. I was satisfied. It was a very beautifully shot movie. It mildly predictable if you're a fan of cinema and you've seen films not so much similar to this, but narratively in the same universe. Then you kind of see where things are going to go. should you, I would recommend this if you are a fan of Hereditary, definitely see it. If you are more into like kind of a thoughtful, thought-provoking kind of movie, I think you would enjoy it. But if you're looking for something, just kind of leave your brain at the door. This is definitely not the movie for you. I don't know, somebody would ask me if I compare this to Hereditary. You can't help but not compare it to the director's previous movie. I think I like Hereditary more, but I think it's because of the utter shock and what we saw on screen before us. This one was a complete film that kind of could use a couple little touch-ups here and there, but nothing that blew my mind overly. But it was creatively a great movie to watch. I hope we do actually get a director's cut of this at some point. I'd be very interested in seeing that. And as I mentioned earlier, I can't rightfully give this one a score because I feel that would change upon subsequent viewings. But as I said, if you are into this kind of movie, I think you would be pleasantly thrilled with what you got. Alright, so that's pretty much going to do it for my review of Midsommar. Let me know in the comments below if you had a chance to check it out. And in the meantime, please like, subscribe, hit that bell notification. I put out videos every single day. So until next time, this is Adam with Movie Guy 365. I will see you at the movies.